All right, y'all. Welcome to another edition of the Shout Out to You show. I'm your boy Mike. This is my guy Weez. Got my boy Daniel in here, and we missed some time, y'all. So we got to catch up on a little bit. But how y'all doing today?
Always good, man. What's up with you, Dane?
Man, hanging in there. I'm fighting something a little bit sick, but other than that, I'm feeling all right.
Oh man,
Okay.
fight back, brother. Fight back.
Ah,
I'm giving it a 50% effort.
I hear you. I hear you.
guys, so we got to talk about one thing real quick before we get into stuff. I don't know if y'all follow the NBA, but the NBA draft just came by, and there's a lot of talk about Bronny James being drafted by the Lakers. And a lot of people got some strong feelings about it, whatever side you sit on. I got a personal feeling about it before I say my thoughts. What do you guys feel about the situation?
Me personally, I feel like I like it. It gives me vibes of Ken Griffey Jr., Ken Griffey Sr. So it's not the first time that it's happened in sports. I feel like a lot of people got something to say about it in general because LeBron has just always naturally been getting hate since he's been a rookie. So, that ain't nothing new. I love it. I love it. It's not really too many opportunities that you get to do something nowadays that somebody else hasn't done. That's kind of one of the reasons why the dunk contest has been watered down because it's like you can only do so much by jumping off of 2 feet or 1 foot. So, you know, but I feel like in this situation, how many opportunities do you get to come into the league at 18, have the longevity that LeBron has had throughout his career, which is another reason why you don't see this often. Bro's going into what, his 22nd year, something like that. So I love it. We've seen highlights of him. We've seen highlights of the kids. That time that he won in Cleveland, he had Bryce and Bronny right there with him. And now just to think that that same little dude that was in that little clip with him in his post game interview is now about to be his teammate. How can you hate on that, man? Like this is a father playing with his son at the most biggest stage, at the most highest level. Like I feel like bro has literally groomed and trained this young man to be his point guard, which is something that LeBron hasn't really had too many times throughout his career, taking Kyrie out of it. So I feel like now he's gonna get that. He's gonna be able to learn under his dad about the NBA life, how to carry yourself as a professional the right way. You got a situation out here to where I can use what's bro name from the Rockets, man. Jalen Green. Jalen Green is 22. His baby mama 39. Like you got a whole bunch of females out here, groupies that just be on the road, plotting, waiting. Like so I feel like having somebody that has had the career that LeBron has had, the longevity that he's had. He ain't never had no bad press on his name. He ain't never had no smut on his name. He's been a constant professional. He's been the example of an NBA professional. Like, how can you hate on that, man? How can you hate on that? I don't understand folks nowadays.
I mean, I'm speaking on this as a casual observer. I don't know who's who on what team, none of that stuff. But if I had the opportunity to get to play with my son on the same team as me, I mean, that's like a dream come true. I can't even understand how like much pride someone must have to be able to say that they got to do that at the highest level. It's not like he just had to park with him or something. It's the NBA. So, uh, you know, uh, I do read the comments and I do see a lot of hate saying strategically as far as winning games and whatnot. Why would you pick Bronny James out of whoever else was available at the time? But, I don't know. I think it's just the story is worth 10 times more than the detriment to the team, and I don't even know if it's an actual detriment because I don't know enough to speak on it. But like I said, I read the comments, a lot of hate there, but a lot of people are also really proud, and that's where I lie with the being proud of that type of accomplishment. I mean, will we ever see that again? Ever? Hardly. I mean, this might be something we see once ever. I mean, I know you mentioned the baseball, but as far as the NBA is concerned, and you're never gonna see that in the NFL. Ain't no one playing
Yeah.
22 years.
Come on now. Come on now. Yeah.
But no, honestly, my opinion on it is this. If I had to be negative about it, playing devil's advocate, the Rich Paul stuff was a little bit corny. He's only going to try for this team and this team. If you draft him, he's going to go to Australia. Like, I get why you trying to make it work. That's the only thing I say is corny about it. But what makes sense about it to me is this.
to be negative, that'd be my only negative point is the whole Rich Paul situation and how he was trying to handle that stuff. That'd be my only negative point. Now, if you have to think about it from a standpoint of everyday life, like what's going on in today's times, how many situations do you know where the owner of the business is the dad and they just bring their son in and they bring him up as a CEO? How many owners of teams have their son or daughter who have no experience in any business, any sports, any of that, just bring their child in and make them a higher ranking member of that office? It happens so many times. So the fact that even if LeBron was pulling the strings or doing whatever to get his son on the team, I mean, at the end of the day, who the cares? Like, if that's what he wants to do, he wants to play with his son, he wants to play with his son. Like, I get it. And it's to Trey's point, it's LeBron, and that's why people are upset with it. It's LeBron. If it was, I don't know, give me a player that's, you know, Giannis Antetokounmpo, his brother has been playing on that Milwaukee team, and I'm not gonna be. He'll probably dog me out in the game of 1-on-1. But let's think about it from an NBA standpoint. What has my man done in the league?
Hey, last time I heard about him, they was on Instagram saying he was a good locker room guy.
they,
That's
they
he's a good locker room guy.
last time I seen is it Giannis? Whatever. Last time I seen it,
Thanasis.
Thanasis. There you go. Last time I seen the Thanasis, they had the highlight tape, and this dog and this dude, he was throwing the ball out. He was trying to dribble it off his foot. Like, it was terrible. And this man, he getting contract 2-3 year contracts. Whatever Giannis go, he gonna go. So at the end of the day, if you can get your boy up, like if I became like a high-ranking CEO, and I know my people can do the job, I'm bringing my people up too. So I don't hate on it. You know, it is what it is. It's simply because it's LeBron that everybody's upset about it. They didn't pick him in the first round. If they had chose him in the first round to take him off the board, then I guess I can be like, oh, that was a dumb move. It's a second round pick, y'all. It was with the 55th pick.
55th pick.
Yeah.
Like, are we really like? I mean, come
Five
on.
picks before the draft is over with. We're like, come on now. It's not. It's so many arguments that you can put up for second round picks. I mean, what you got, Jokic. You wasn't gonna find a Jokic in the second round in this draft.
Nah.
You weren't gonna find your Draymond Green in the second round of this draft. A good chunk of the people who went in the lottery in this draft averaged under 10 points. So, like, come on now. This wasn't like the people in this draft are not world beaters. Like, the people in this draft aren't gonna be like, it's not the draft of '96. So it's like, you can calm down
Exactly.
about the people that's like, come on,
Exactly.
come on now. And then you got Connect that got drafted by the Lakers. He's gonna be a good pickup. He's a seasoned player. I think he's like 23, so he's pretty much a plug and play guy. It's not like the Lakers didn't get nothing at all. So you guys got a good pick, and then you got something that LeBron has been talking about for how long now? So y'all knew this was coming. Like,
Exactly. 100%.
Like,
They got to stop acting like this is something new.
You can make it. Yeah, the whole thing about the Rich Paul and the don't pick him. I get it, but was y'all saying that, or was y'all mad about it when Eli Manning did it to the Chargers?
I mean, they were.
Come on now.
Some
I
people
mean,
were really upset.
yeah,
Some
they
people
were,
really upset.
but the point that I'm making is that this is not the first time that somebody's done it. So, like,
Absolutely not.
don't make it seem like, oh my gosh, like, this is not the teams do it all the time. Was y'all mad when Kobe Bryant did it to the Hornets when the Hornets was about to pick him up and they basically told the Hornets don't pick him so he can drop to the Lakers? Like, come on now. So,
Hey,
uh, it is what
it's
it
not
is.
the first time it happened. It's not going to be the last time. It's not going to be the last time. But talking about LA, we got to talk about the pop out. But before we talk about the pop out, I told y'all the last episode I didn't want to address you Drake fans anymore. I said I was over it. I didn't want to talk about it no more, and I think we were all in agreement we didn't want to talk about it anymore. But sometimes you gotta pop out and show, because I'm so sick of my feed right now. I'm so sick of Drake so unbothered, but he's still trolling. Uh, he's about to drop a diss track because as soon as Not Like Us videos come in, he's gonna drop another diss track after he said he wasn't gonna drop another diss track, which means Drake, you lied again. But we're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that. You said you wasn't gonna drop no more, but if you drop another one, that means you lied again. So now I gotta believe the rest of the lies. I'm just saying, let the man have his moment, victory lap. I get it, you and your feelings. They have a video of him now playing bowling, and his thing is 69 God, and people putting up that the Not Like Us is trending third on Spotify in Canada right now, and they apparently kicking DJs out, beating them up for playing the track. OVO 40 out here threatening people for playing the thing. At this point, you trying to seem unbothered shows me that you are very bothered right now, sir. And like we talked about before, I'm gonna need you to sit your ass in the corner and give me some doo-wops. Because at this point, it's not helping you. He went on like a Discord or something and said something on the lines of to take me back to 2022 when something was Spotify. But now the other guy with that one song, you guys are backdooring streams. My guy, you keep taking these L's. Like, I don't want to say it, and I know as soon as I say this, y'all gonna look at me like I'm crazy, and I would totally 100% get it. But Drake giving me Meek Mill vibes right now.
Yeah.
He's giving me Meek Mill vibes. Like, you just keep taking the L. Drake is one of the rare people who can take an L, step back for a second, put out a project or something, and then everybody will forget.
Yeah, it's like it never happened.
It's like it never happened. Like, we all know he lost the push. But is anybody saying that within the last year or two or something after that? No, they're like, oh no, he keep dropping bops and dropping hits. He's a hit maker, all this stuff. But we know, as people who like hip hop, that man took that L. We know you took that L here, but now you're being so salty about it. I get it. There's a whole summer anthem about you being a pedophile. No one wants that. No one wants that. Everybody waving their hands and stuff and doing a, they're doing a thing to you being a pedo. I get it. It's infuriating. It's one of the fastest streaming songs. You even try to come up and send somebody to what's my dude got me blocked? What's his name?
Academics.
Academics got me blocked, y'all. You even got a dude on academic stream talking about, yeah, they paid me money to do this and that. And we know you can Photoshop that and do all this stuff. And people already debunked that. Like, I get what you're doing, but you need to chill out. All right? Chill out, Drake. I get it. You want to be unbothered so bad that you're bothered. I get it. Like I said before, go ahead and give me them doo-wops. But getting back to what we're supposed to talk about. That feeling in LA. I've never had that feeling before in my life in LA. I've never had that feeling before on the West Coast where it was just fully united. Like I felt as soon as I crossed the grapevine, the energy was different. And I don't know how to explain that to you guys. Like, the energy was so different in the city. Like, as soon as I came through and everybody was a buzz. Like, we pulled up to our hotel. The dude who checked us in was like, you guys going to the concert? You guys doing this? Everybody knew what was going on that day. It was like a championship game. It was like a championship game. Everybody knew at this time we all watching the game. And it was like a slaughter. Like the game was like blowout, the city ready to celebrate. That's how it felt. Like, it felt unity. I've never seen so many people around. And I was telling Trey this last time. Like, I'm not a gang expert. I'm not somebody who acts like I know gangs. I'm not somebody this street, 55th, this, that. I'm not that person. But I can tell you this. The amount of gang activity that was around in LA, and everybody felt safe. Everybody was at ease. There was nothing popping off. Like, that clarity, everybody, there was a sense of calmness that day because it felt like everybody's homegrown people were about to get celebrated. It was like, hey, not today. Not today, not this week, not this weekend. We all here. We all at peace. That's it. And I don't remember another artist, at least in my lifetime right now, that I'm thinking about. I'm trying to think about one that has done that to a point where everybody was just like, yo, we putting the BS aside. We about to celebrate today. Like, Kendrick, the only person did that. The city it was a crazy experience. Like, you had, and another thing, a lot of people like, oh, Kendrick did this to a group, a whole stand of white people on Juneteenth. There wasn't just white folks there, y'all. Like y'all need to stop the narrative. Like Trey likes to say a lot, we moving the goalposts. Y'all moving the goalposts. All right. You look into the crowd, you see a few white folks, and you're like, oh, he did it on Juneteenth with a bunch of white people. That missed the mark. Nah, there was black people in the crowd. There was Hispanics in the crowd. Let's stop the nonsense. Like y'all trying to move the goalposts to try to make it like this wasn't a victory lap. This man brought people to the stage of all parts. I mean, I remember even Vince Staples went on his thing and said, "Stop politicking for me. If I was in the country, I would have been there." He was in Europe doing some stuff. Like Snoop Dogg was in Canada, and he mentioned make sure to say he was in Canada. He said he would have been there, and like the different acts that he brought out was insane. Like there was Tyler the Creator, which is a totally different like sphere of music. He came out and showed out. Like there's different things. Like Roddy Rich, I forgot Roddy Rich made music, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Everybody came out to YG to all these people, and there was so much unison. There's Crips there, there's Bloods there, there's everybody's performing, everybody's celebrating each other. They got the photo. They try to make it the Pimp a Butterfly little album cover. Like that thing was crazy. And then at the end of that, I went to go see T Pain. So, and that crowd was crazy too. Everybody was playing the songs in the crowd. It's playing Not Like Us all over the stadium. And that wasn't even a Kendrick venue. He wasn't even there. And everybody was so like ready to go. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. I've never felt that energy there. Like it made me like I'm not even from LA, but it made me feel like, yo, West Coast, we up. You know? Like West
Yeah.
Coast, we popping. I was talking to this one guy, and I was like, dude, I'm not even from LA, but I feel proud of this city. He's like, dude, it's not even about just LA, it's about the whole coast. Like the whole West Coast is up. And I was like, you know what, you're right. So how'd y'all feel watching the pop up? Did you watch the pop up? And did it change any perspective or anything? Or do you expect Drake to come out with something? Or we finally just we done? Victory lap, it's over.
Daniel, you want to get your take?
So I'll be honest, I didn't watch the entire thing. I watched pretty much just the what is like an hour and a half or something with just the Kendrick portion at the back end, and then I watched some clips of the other artists. You know, I was pretty upset. I was like seeing people post stuff on Facebook, and I was like, "What's going on right now?" How I did not know to watch this front to back. I was so upset because I was home. I would have watched the entire thing, every minute of it. So, anyways, that being said, though, I did watch I don't know, the last like 30 minutes to an hour of Kendrick's like in real time, and it did feel like a moment in time that like you're talking about something. Again, I'm not gonna speak on knowing anything about who's who or from who's from where and all that kind of stuff, so I can't get into any of that. But it did feel like something special was going on, and as it pertains to the Drake stuff, honestly, it felt like such a special moment in and of itself that I almost forgot that Drake had anything to do with this in terms of the song and all that kind of stuff. Like I get it, there's certain lyrics and stuff about Drake in there that are very specific, but overall it felt like it was just so much bigger than the beef was. It almost made me forget that the beef existed just because it was like it's probably like what people who like were like at the original Woodstock or something felt like wow, we're part of something, man, like just doing a bunch of drugs. Like, but I was watching this going like this feels like something I may never experience again. So I don't know. I have really nothing negative or nitpicky to say about it. Obviously, I'm always trying to find something wrong with something, but again, it just was a really special experience, and I'm glad that Kendrick was able to kind of bring so many people together. You mentioned YG earlier. I thought that was pretty significant considering Drake dropped his name. So that was an extra little FU there for his appearance.
Yeah.
But
CB should have showed up.
man, I kind of thought about that for a second. Like, what if Chris Brown was there? What if every guy Drake mentioned as his friend was there?
And it would have really been a funeral, just like how people saying it was.
Yeah, I guess it did kind of have a little bit of that vibe to it, but it was more of a party, a celebration of life than a funeral. So,
Hundred
anyways, go ahead.
percent.
Go ahead,
hundred
Luis.
percent.
Yeah, that's funny, man. Because it's like on a serious note, One of the problems that the city has had with artists coming up is just been the whole crabs in a barrel mentality. Like, it's a lot of artists that can't work with each other. It's a lot of artists that hate on the other artists because of the spot that they in, and they feel like they should be in there for that one night to see everybody come out, and for it to be not just a Kendrick concert, but this is a concert for us. This is a concert for the city. For future notation purposes, this is a concert for the culture. So it's like, looking back at that, I was really proud of that moment, not only because of the people who was there from the different areas, not just because of everything it represented, but just for that one night, for it to be of a big of an impact to the point to where everybody knew the assignment. This is gonna be for the city. This gonna be for us. You know what we here for. We here to do our thing. We here to show love. The people that came out was not expected. I watched it over the stream. I wasn't there in person the way Mike was, but still I could feel the energy there from the people that was on the phone. Like RJ gave a hell of a performance, and if you really is tapped in with RJ music, bro, been doing this for a minute, and he ain't really been getting the love that he deserved in the city. So it's like for Kendrick to go out of his way to put the people on a platform that really represent the city, really represent the culture, really represent the music. It's a lot of mainstream artists that is from LA. You don't even know it's from LA, but you don't really hear them talk about the city or nothing like that. So again, having Kendrick as big of an artist he is, showing love to these artists that's coming up in the city, showing artists love that's made it out of the city, Roddy Rich, so on and so forth, YG, so on and so forth. It wasn't just mainstream, it was literally top to bottom. People coming up, people already there, Kendrick Lamar, Black Hippie. Like it showed literally the evolution and the growth of the hip hop that's coming out of LA, and even not just LA, but just the West Coast period. Because everybody there wasn't from LA. You had some artists there that Ramble, San Pedro. You feel me? Kendrick, Compton, J Rock, Compton, Schoolboy, LA, RJ, LA. Like this was the West Coast period. So you didn't have to be from LA to feel the love or feel like you belong there. Everybody there wasn't from LA, but at the end of the day, it was a West Coast assignment, and it just felt like everybody knew it. Everybody was there for it, and you could feel the love and the energy through the screen. And we needed that. We needed the unity. We needed everything. It wasn't about the game banging. Ain't nobody bigger than the program, and you got a lot of people that's out there angry at it. But it's the fact that, man, like it's bigger than what you stand for. This is for all of us. Just like how ain't nobody bigger than the program on that side, this program is for all of us because you got a lot of artists out there that's really working to get to where Kendrick is at, and he showed love to a lot of the people there, man, and it was beautiful. It was a beautiful moment.
I feel that. I feel that because I'm trying to remember the dude's name. I'll probably remember it once the song. It's that one song. What's it called? It was like, I wish I knew. You know what I'm talking about?
Nah, I'm not sure.
So there's one song. It became super popular on TikTok, but it wasn't like you could say it wasn't like for that crowd, but like the crowd didn't even care.
Mm-hmm.
Like he came out, did his thing, and then like every act
I
after,
know
just
who. Yeah, bro. Yeah, that I wish I knew.
there you
Yeah, I
go.
wish I knew you wanted me. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. Kendrick showed love to everybody,
everybody,
everybody, everybody. It wasn't no gang
everybody,
event. This was a West Coast event. If you do music, if you are proud of the music that you do, this is your time to represent for all of us. And everybody did their thing, man. I'm proud of
everybody.
everybody.
Different sounds, different.
Ray Vaughn went crazy, bro. That freestyle was crazy.
Yeah,
He was like, okay,
that
y'all not feeling me with the beat. Hey, check this out. And he killed. Oh my god, bro. Man, come on. Oh my gosh, bro. I loved it. I loved
it was a
it.
moment. It was a moment. I know people were saying that Drake might put something out that day, and I was like,
I wish
nah,
he would. I wish he would have played with his career like that. Come on now.
yeah, it
Mm.
wouldn't be. That wouldn't be. I like how all of us are wearing black right now, and in remembrance of
Yeah.
ready for a funeral for that
Yeah.
boy.
Hey, but hey, I told y'all though, if he don't do something and if he don't do something quick, it was gonna get ugly. He should have been. He should have been. "Ugh, I'm sending him out. Let me. Something is gonna catch. But you didn't. You let summer get here. Now summer's here. So now the video's coming. And when the video
Yeah.
come, the remixes is coming. When the remixes is coming, the videos to the remixes is gonna come.
Jeez.
Like, bro, there's no space and time for you
Yeah.
to. That's why you doing all this trolling on the internet, 69 guy, because you knew you lost. You know you lost. We ain't even got to get too much back into it, but it's like, come on, man. Now, instead of you just being like, okay, look, it died down, because it did die down for a second. Let me just ain't you the same man that quoted summertime vibes, bro? The summertime is here, and we're not checking for Drake. We're not checking for Drake, brother.
It's because
And if
the
you let this
last
go past summertime, it's gonna get ugly in the fall, brother.
100%, the last three things that dropped, even the one recently with I'm trying to remember her name.
Exactly.
Her the artist is just like, I don't
I
know
know
why
who.
everybody
Yeah.
hates Drake. He's so nice.
Yeah.
They just released a song together, and she's like, I guess one of the top Latin artists
Mm-hmm.
at the moment. And it dropped, and it dropped at 158 on the Billboard 200. And he's on there, like, and then that Sexy Red feature that we talked about before didn't do well, and then that was it Wagwan Delilah. We're
Yeah.
not even gonna
Yeah,
get into
He's
that.
reaching. He's reaching for a hit that ain't his right now because he know he can't drop no music. He know he
Can't.
can't drop no music, bro.
And they said somebody. I was watching the. I forgot what podcast it's called. I'd be sending y'all the videos every once in a while. But they said like OVO Fest is usually in August,
Hmm.
and they're saying like maybe he should hold off and not do it just just because.
But you know Drake is prideful, man. You know he's still gonna want to do it, and everybody in that crowd gonna be screaming "OV ho." So come on, it's the OV ho fest. Like, come on now, come on now. He should have been already on his square. Like, you let this linger for too long, and not only did you let it linger for too long, but now you're playing into it after the fact. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like the song just dropped. The song been out. The song been doing numbers. The song been making an impact. But now you're like, that don't seem a little bit weird to y'all. Like, now you're playing into it after the whole
Yeah.
concert, and you seem like, I don't know, man. Like, this Drake is just a cornball to me right now, bro. Like,
Just remember he's unbothered. He's
you will like
unbothered.
him. You will never be unbothered. Like, come on
He's unbothered. Like the video since you was like, ha, you fell into my plan.
now.
I knew you were gonna call me a pedophile. It's
But
like,
what was the button that he was gonna push? Like, bro had a whole meme where he like, what button? I'm still waiting on the button to like.
that was Family Matters.
That,
Family Matters
yeah,
was the red button.
yeah. I do feel that way as well. Because, and I know that it completely got all the air taken out of it because Meet the Grams came out 10 seconds after that song came out. But if that didn't
Yeah.
happen, if it at least had 24 hours to breathe or a week, I feel like the where how much Kendrick won by, it would be like a much closer thing.
but
But
if that was the case, the same way that Kendrick took a dump on Family Matters about dropping it right after, Drake should have did the same thing because now the momentum is completely shifted and you didn't do anything to get it back. If the Heart Part 6 was your way of getting it back, bro, that was terrible. That was a
nah,
blowout. That's
He
like you
wasn't
being right there and then bro just take off on you after he done juked you out the way, like juked you way out the screen, and now you like, man, he got the step on me, but I knew he was gonna do it though, so I tried to go this way, but he went that way. But if I was right there though, if I was right, like, come on,
I
man,
knew he would
come
go
on, bro.
left.
I knew he would go left, but
I
he
knew
went
he would
right.
go left.
He went right. But if he would have went left though, I would have got him. Like, come on, man.
he I just don't think he was prepared. I think his ego at this point he felt untouchable and he just messed with the wrong dude. And sometimes it'd be that case where and we talked about this too, Trey, when you were like, Kendrick, he's never been tested. Like he's never been tested. Like people have thrown their jabs, but he's never been tested. Usually he'll say something and people get up in uproar. But their
Yeah,
their
Kendrick been
response is
begging to get tested.
he honestly to me personally, he's wanted that competitive fate. Like he's like, yo, like somebody come at me. Cause every time I say this, I talk mess. Y'all say some on the under, but y'all don't say nothing. Like y'all don't rap. Y'all go into a little Vlad video in Vlad interview or do something and make a little jab at something, and that's it. Like no one says anything, or they do a little sneak diss, and people gotta be like, "Oh, he's talking about Kendrick Lamar because if you say this and October 30, he was at this place." Like they gotta reach to say something, but like apparently all these videos are coming up and everybody's talking about it. They told like people telling Drake like, "Don't catch this fade, like just let it go."
Let it go, my dog.
Just let it go. But I felt like he put himself in a position to where he was like the most successful rapper. I mean, the streams, the accolades, everything, not the Grammys, but the accolades and everything else, to the point where he was feeling himself. And then he was like, "No, I'm gonna step to this dude." And he wasn't ready. And you can give me any excuse. He was on tour or whatever excuse that you want. You were still putting out music. You were still putting out all this music, and you weren't prepared. Like meet the Grams. Regardless if stuff was take the whole daughter thing out. Take the whole daughter thing out. This man said to your mom, he's addressing your family by name. He said you brought it up, so we're gonna take it there. And he mapped it out. Like when you talk about, oh, I laid this trap, Kendrick actually mapped out. You're gonna say this because of Mr. Morale. You're gonna bring the family into it, and it's gonna get ugly. I'm letting you know this can be a friendly fade, but if you do this, I'm taking it there. I'm taking it further. And he did. I just Meet the Grams randomly popped up on my phone, and I was just listening to it on the way to the grocery store, and I was listening to it like this is diabolical. Like it's a complete like because your thing is like a bop. You wanted one of those little anthems. Everybody was doing this. Dude, oh my god, Drake! You see all the things, and then when you listen to Meet the Grams, you weren't doing this. You were like,
it did what it was supposed to do. It took the air out of the room. You didn't even want to dance no
everything,
more. You didn't even want to dance.
everything.
Made Mike turn back around. Like, do I really need them groceries right now? Like, it did. Like, it did exactly what it was supposed to do.
This man said it would be a greater world if, like, if your son dies, like, it would be greater for these girls and all this. Like, that's crazy. That's
Uh,
a crazy track.
Honestly, I'm not gonna even lie. I almost wish that song didn't come out. I don't even think he needed it to win. If he had just dropped "Not Like Us," I don't even think he needed "Meet the Grams" because that
No, but he
song.
did. He
I mean,
did though.
yes,
Meet the
it was
Grams was the
needed.
transition to Not Like Us because they were trying to shit on Meet the Grams. So it was like, okay, now I'm gonna push my red button. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you feel me?
Yeah,
And
it had
quick
to
too.
unfold the way it did. Sorry, go ahead.
Quick too. No, to your point, it was quick too because if we remember, like everything was buzzing. Like everybody was texting each other. Like yo, like Drake just dropped.
I was
Yeah, listen
tripping
to it.
over the Good Kid, Mad City van. Like, I was like, bro, no, he didn't. Like,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah,
Drake this drop, Kendrick this drop, Drake this drop, Kendrick this drop, and then Drake dropped. And we're like, okay, cool. Like Drake dropped. Let's digest this. Nah, you not about to digest this because I'm about to put
no,
this here. So we instantly had to go to this one, and even people who went back were just like, nah, it ain't even the same feeling no more.
like Drake got a daughter. What? Like, nah, forget Family Matters. Like, what about you lied again? Like,
You lied again.
it did exactly what it was supposed to do, man.
Exactly what it's supposed to do. And then, not only that, you make us go to sleep to that. And then Drake was like, if I have a daughter, blah, blah, blah. Wrong move. Wrong move. Because at this
He
point,
should have
everybody can
dropped.
tell
That's my point. He should have dropped again.
drop.
He should have dropped all that
drop,
drop. You was telling
drop.
K Dot you should have took your own advice and dropped again, bro. He just took the biggest dump on your record that was supposed to be your red button. You should have already had some in the
I
fall.
was
It literally seemed like Drake was writing as he went. Like it didn't seem like he had nothing in the back to your point of him not being prepared. Like
Yeah,
just
man,
just think about that. That was your red button. That was your track. That was going to be the one to shut it down. That was going to be
Yeah.
the one to put Kendrick back in his hole and leave everything alone. You be the champ. Then he shit on that. And then, not only then, Song of the Century comes out where you got it and they playing it in bandas. They making remixes. Different artists rapping on a beat.
Mm-hmm.
Just people need to understand the beat alone. The beat alone, regardless if you take Kendrick's stuff out, the beat alone got you thinking that's a dub because everybody trying to freestyle on a beat because the beat is hot alone.
Yeah.
Mustard on a beat, and then everything goes in.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't hear that without just hearing the beat. You just can't go anywhere. They who well a kids show made like a little parody of it.
The kid talk.
We on the bus. We on the
We
bus.
on
Like
the could have been an A minus.
Yeah, I think I saw this one.
like so many people make a remix of it. It's here to stay, fam. It's here to stay. Summertime's here. Summertime anthem. Streams still going up. It's still top 5 on Billboard. It's not going away. It's a diss track that's not going away. This man played it 5 times at the event.
It's about to be nominated for a Grammy.
It's they said it meets all the qualifications.
Mhm.
Yo,
Yeah, it's about
if that song wins a
Hey,
Grammy, if that song wins a Grammy,
go ahead and dig the grave, man.
I need somebody to go back. I need somebody to go to Drake, put their hand on his shoulder, and be like,
Clock out, big dog.
"It's time to clock out, big dog.
Go
Don't
ahead and
respond,
clock
big dog."
out, big dog. It's over with. It's okay. It's okay.
One has, and maybe you guys can correct me. Maybe you guys know. Has a diss track ever won a Grammy?
Not that I can remember. Not that I know of. Me personally, not that I know of.
Disrespectful.
I know. I think was back to back nominated.
Back to back could have been nominated,
Back to back nominated.
and he won them too. Back to back, I like that record. I'm gonna get back to that for the record, and then he hit you with it. Then you hit us with the. I'm just saying. I'm not even gonna respond on that. It's not even fun. I guess I'm like we done.
You know what this whole thing makes me think of right now? And I know this is a kind of a random segue, but if Nipsey was still here, where one would Nipsey fall in all of this? Because I feel like Nipsey probably for sure would have something to say. Two, I feel like that pop out, that was probably the one artist whose energy you felt was missing was Nipsey Hussle's. I feel like that would have been the perfect. If anything, Doc probably would have made Nip like a co-headliner just because of what Nip meant to the city. Like imagine
True.
having Kendrick and Nip on the stage together. Like how
That'd have been
monumental
crazy.
that would be. That would be crazy. And then on top of that, can you imagine a Nipsey Hussle verse on that Not Like Us beat?
Oh, this should hit you with some Nipsey AI.
Yeah, probably Drake will put that one out.
He knew better than to play with that, boy. That's one that you're not gonna play with. You
Yeah.
might jump into a Pac in a Snoop Dogg bag. You're not about to play with Nipsey's name, bro. And still try to come do a concert in LA. Okay. Yeah.
I'm waiting for that because I know as soon as
Yeah.
goes to tour, as soon as he
Yeah.
goes on tour and that them LA dates pop up, like I want to see how the city kind of like
No, I think
shows on that.
he's still gonna sell out. I think it's gonna be
Yeah.
some pros there, but Drake is still Drake. Let's not
Drake's
speak
okay.
What type of hose?
No, I was saying trolls with a T and an R and a double L.
Oh,
Trolls,
my
yeah.
bad. I definitely misheard
Nah,
you.
them too. Them too. Them too.
I
Them
mean,
too. I'm
you
saying
say
it's probably gonna be
OVO.
OV ho. It's gonna
Yeah,
be some OV hoes.
a little more.
Yeah. It's gonna be some OV hoes. I was saying trolls. It's probably gonna be some people that's gonna buy some tickets there, just like they do now to the rest of his concerts to sit there and heckle. But it's still some Drake fanboys out here. You see it all in the comments. They refuse to take.
Hey, that'd be
the step.
crazy. He's like, get them out of here.
They need to leave.
They need to leave. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. He's gonna try to do a tour with somebody that people love.
Why you got Drake sounding like Michael Jackson,
Yeah, that's what I was being thrown off by.
Get them out of here.
You,
Get them out of here.
that's a double entendre by Mike right there.
Hey, yeah, he think he might. Hey, he think he might.
Hey,
That
he
might
got
be the
he had,
moment he start acting like
he a great actor, so you never
it. Yeah,
know. Get them out of here, y'all.
they need to leave.
They need to leave.
What is going on with this voice? You ain't never climbed
Where's
trees.
Ja? Where's Ja Rule so we can make some sense of it?
Where's Ja Rule?
Where's Ja Rule?
Where's Ja? Bring Ja out here.
Well, I don't want to waste too much time on this. You see whose hat I'm wearing, but
Hey,
I do want to give like a little tiny like I don't know concession or minor defense as far as Drake won. It did seem like you said he seemed to be writing stuff as he went along, which I do. Again, I mentioned that in the previous time. It was like I did like that he was doing it in real time. Also, in his defense, he was battling like 20 people. I don't know how many people he was actually dissing. I mean, on Family Matters alone, he's mentioning like 5 other people, I think. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. At the end of the day, he did not have a plan. Kendrick seems to have been planning this for the last decade. So, he was ready to win this battle, and it just is what it is. But yeah, that's all I was gonna say about that.
that's Drake's fault. You knew who you was battling.
I was about to say the same thing.
I wouldn't have done it.
Everybody else is irrelevant, brother. You knew
It,
who was
you
waiting
versus
for
me.
this. You was running around trying to deny that, but everybody kept pushing you towards that, and you still kept trying to jump out the way. Nah, bro, he's coming at you with the car. You need to go right back at him and head on collision. Stop trying to jump
Yeah,
out the way, brother.
And I think to his detriment, like he played into that because like how dope is that? 1v20 and you win?
That's what he was
Like
trying to
how
yeah.
do.
He thought he was gonna win.
Yeah, that's what he was. That's what he.
how dope is that?
That's
How
what he was
dope is
trying to
that?
do.
You
Yeah.
body 20 dudes who's
Mm-hmm.
trying to dish you, but then like you got to the boss level,
Mm-hmm.
and the boss level was like, nah, it's you here with me, and you still worry about like, but you see what I did to all these other people, and everybody's like, yeah. But what about this dude? This is the one you need to worry about. This guy, and he's like, no, but I'm still dish Ross.
No, nah.
You see what I said to Ross, right? Yeah, but this dude. But remember
Yeah.
I told Metro to get back on the drums?
Yeah, no. Stop, no.
And that was a cool little smooth little like everybody was clowning Metro for that for a hot minute. But everybody was like, but yeah, but you still
All
battling
right,
this
but
dude.
man, let's get back to this though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
hot. But this man's waiting for you. Let's finish this.
that was a good bar, but yeah, he's still waiting on you. Don't lie.
He's still,
Yeah,
he's still waiting on you. So
But
I mean
even that got squashed with BBL Drizzy. So
yeah. BB, hey,
I compare like this, man. That whole 1v23 and Drake trying to run around the whole Kendrick. Look, when I used to get in trouble in school, my grandparents, because at the time I used to stay with my grandparents used to call me and be like, when you get home, you know what's waiting on you. That's all I'm gonna say. So I used to get off that phone, knowing what was waiting on me when I got home. So before I went home, I'm stopping over here. I'm chilling over here. I'm calling my boy up. Hey, what's going on? I'm in trouble anyway. So, hey, I'm not about to be in no rush knowing that I'm about to be stuck in the house and everything that come with it. So let me get it
mm-hmm.
out now. But at the end of the day, I still got to go home.
Yep.
So it's like, all right, bro. Hey, you all right, you just adding on to the so that's just adding on to the trouble. He was sitting there focused on everybody else, thinking that Kendrick was he was just about to take it out the way. And then once it got there, that's when they went, uh. I can't see no rap album coming from Drake no time soon, bro. Be
Nah,
ready
and it
for
don't need to be.
Coca-Cola. Be ready
And
for
then he made
Coca-Cola.
some
Yeah. One dance.
he made some
One dance.
issues on there too, where he kept like bringing up Kendrick lyrics, and it's like to me, it kind of seemed like repeating it. Like if you gotta one up the bar, you can't just like say the same thing this person said. Like Kendrick said, "You call yourself the boy, but where's the man? Because I ain't seen him yet," or something like that. And then Drake comes in, and he's like, where's your what do you say? Where's your uncle at? Your
Where's your
auntie
uncle
at?
at? I want to talk to the man of the house.
Yeah, and it's like,
Yeah.
all right, he said that. Like, man in the house. Like, okay, like, but when Kendrick said like, because Drake's mentioned something about a 20v1, and then Kendrick goes, and then a 20v1 is 1v20 if I gotta slap, is that right with you?
Yeah.
And like that's how you flip it. Don't
Mm-hmm.
tell me the same bar. Like, well, who's the man of the house? Okay, I'm gonna say it differently. Where is the man of the house? What are we doing?
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
saying the same
yeah.
thing. Like Mike. Like, okay, Drake be stealing bars from folks, and to me, just it was prevalent in this. But I mean, enough about that. He gonna do something next week, or maybe in the future, or put out another bad song. We won't talk about it again. But segueing into that about what Kendrick did for the culture, how do you guys feel about hip hop space and the culture today? Do you feel like people actually rocking with the culture? Because if you think about it, in that beef, Kendrick was, you can say, was for the culture, and he kind of sent some shots out on how Drake says he's for the culture, and he kind of pulls from the culture. He doesn't really add to the culture like that. Like he's a colonizer. That's to say that he called him a colonizer. But for you guys and your point of how the state of music is, and how a lot of people say they're for the culture, they rock with the culture. Do you feel like people are actually doing that is genuine, or do you feel like people just are just saying that to kind of just say it? This is a cool thing to say.
Personally, I feel like culturally, it's a big difference, even between the two outside of the mainstream. I could put it like this. They're both rappers, yeah. They both rap about black experiences. The only thing is that you have somebody that raps about the core black experience as far as what they're going through as a black man. I feel like Drake makes a lot of perspective at as what he sees being around real black men. I feel like that's the difference for one. For two, the community outreach is a whole lot different. Kendrick doesn't publicize everything that he does, but a lot of the things that he does, even pertaining back to Compton College, like it's a lot of things that he does that even though it's not spoken about or even though it's not publicized or mainstream, the people who it's for knows what comes with it. Drake, as much as he involves himself with hip hop, as much as he involves himself with hip hop antics, you don't see a lot of Drake outreach as far as his supporters and the things that he does and so on and so forth like that. So I feel like the giving back is a lot different. So I feel like when it comes to the culture and the culture tag, when he says that it's not just me, I'm with the culture feeling, I feel like it's bigger than just hip hop. I feel like when it comes to culture, a lot of people, and I'm trying to find a very, how can I say, for lack of a better term, I'm trying to find a very respectable way to say certain things when it comes to the culture itself. So it's like, I feel like a lot of people, I'll use Adam 22 for example.
Mm.
A lot of people, they act like they're for the culture. They act like they represent the culture by covering the culture. You see a lot of black content creators, a lot of black artists, and so on and so forth go through the cameras of No Jumper, go through them doors and hallways of No Jumper. But when you look at the difference in the things that he say versus how we are represented on that platform, I feel like that is a very, very real detriment to the culture within itself because it is much eyes and as much media attention that you have on your platform for you to run the platform in the way that you run it and then backpedal when you feel like it doesn't have anything to do with you or that you're not involved with it, even though this is your platform. You have no problem using or misusing, I should say, the culture as far as the views and everything that come with it and the street antics and the street politics and then so on and so forth. But then when it comes to the representation of the culture, you either backpedal if it's something that you feel like it's a detriment to your brand, or you go full fledged and all for it if you feel like it's a detriment to our culture, but it doesn't have anything to do with you other than you being able to profit from it. And I feel like that's just a problem in hip hop as a whole in general. You have a lot of people that bite off the culture. You have a lot of people that claim that they're for the culture to get to where they need to be. And then once they get there, they just shit on our people as a whole. And I feel like it's a hip hop problem. It's a mainstream media problem. I feel like it's a lot of what Vince Staples has to say when it comes to publishing and when it comes to these labels and how these labels put out music and try to keep music from the artists and with the artists. Like it's a problem. It's a big problem. I feel like it's a problem within the culture, and I feel like it's a problem with the way that the culture is represented. Just me personally.
Yeah, no, man, that's actually a really good thing. Well, I don't want to say a good thing, but the point that you're making is about someone, especially if I don't want to name names, but we're talking about like an Adam 22 type of situation where that's almost like someone, um, you know, going into an area with like a lot of, I don't know, homeless people and saying they're making a documentary about, homeless people and trying to put a light on these people's lives and the struggles. And then, but what they put out is bum fights. It's like you're, you're literally just, it's like an exploitation. You know what I mean? You're there for the wrong reasons. You're not doing anything positive. So I do think that there is a lot of issues with that, especially in the media that we're getting pushed to us. It is a lot of negative content, in that regard. So, but going back to what you were saying earlier, or I guess when you introed this, as far as like this, how has this beef affected the culture? Did you say something like that, Mike? Or like the
No,
aftermath,
just
or where do we go?
in general.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I was just kind of wondering, like, after something so uh I don't know, like this moment in time, especially with the pop out and everything else that happened, like I'm wondering, where do we go from here? Is this going to lead to more negative interactions where people feel like, oh, if I'm beefing with someone and we're having this big fight, like that's a good thing because it's, no bad press is good press? Or is this going to segue into a more peaceful, more like, let's just make good music and just really try to outdo each other on the, when it comes to just making things that, entertaining for the people? Like, I'm actually kind of curious where things are going to take off from here. Um, given that this was something that I think some people might be looking at this the wrong way, but I think most people are hopefully seeing this as like a positive segue. But I guess we'll see where things go.
True. So I think Donald Glover or Childish Gambino for the other folks. I think he put out something pretty much saying like the state of hip hop right now. I said the culture is kind of different because like we only get hyped when something bad happens or something crazy happens. Like he said, one of the if we could think about it, and maybe I'm wrong. I don't remember, but the biggest thing this year so far in the culture was this Drake versus Kendrick. Like that's the one thing that kind of brought so much attention and so many people together and so many people against each other was this Drake versus Kendrick, and it was a beef. It wasn't like they collabed on a song. Like there were some moments where there were some big songs, but like big moments in the culture at this moment happened to be that, and it wasn't like you could say there was a positive spin on some of that, but it spawned off something negative, like a beef. So I get what he's saying. Like, what else has happened, like super big, where in the culture we're like, yeah, this was a great moment for everything, and so it is hard to look at it because even now, like you have little beefs kind of like spawning off. Like Game tried to diss Ross, and
Everybody
they threw,
jumped in trying to beef because it's the culture. Like, come on, man.
yeah, everybody trying to get some shine.
Tear
So
each other
Game
down
diss
because it's the
Ross
culture.
and whatever. Bia diss Cardi B and whatever's going on with that, no one really cares. Just like that Kanye diss, everybody was like, yeah. So so it's like I don't. It was a great moment in time, but I don't know if I want beef culture like coming in. I don't know if I want that because it's getting kind of tacky now. It's getting kind of corny. Where it was a moment, but now everybody's trying to hop on that wave, and it's like, nah, just make good music. Like make good music. But this, like you guys mentioned, a few people. I mean, the obvious ones: Adam 22, Vlad. Like even academics. Like sometimes, like this, some people do things. I'm just like, that's not what we really want out here. Like that's not our representation.
And that's what I wanted to ask y'all. I think that's where this topic came up about the culture, because I had a question that I wanted to ask y'all when we got on here. Like, what exactly is culture? Is it culture because this is what we're representing, or is it culture because this is how we're represented? So it's like it's a big difference from, you can see the all the negative stuff on about LA. You look on the news, you see the killings, you see the murders and all this stuff, this, that, and the third. But you're not seeing a Tommy the Clown pulling up to the birthday parties. You're not seeing all of the Latino vendors on the corner selling food out here. That's everywhere in LA. Like, you can literally just come out, you in a rush somewhere, hop out the car, get you a quick burrito or something, and get on. You're not seeing all of the hairdressers that's working and doing community work within their own neighborhoods for a lot of the families that don't have money. And these same people that got salons are making home visits, making sure that your kids look good going to school. The news is not covering that, but that's a part of our culture. That's how we look out for each other. When it
Yep.
comes to it takes a village, that's the representation of it takes a village. I know growing up myself, and I know a lot of people still to this day, you can feel safe in certain neighborhoods and with certain neighbors around certain people with your kids outside, because you know Miss Johnson down the street, if she see your kid outside, she's either telling him going home, go home, she's either giving him a ride home, or she's calling you to let you know that he's down a block at her house with her kids. That's our culture, being there for each other. But the way we're represented in the media, they would never talk about that. Back to your point,
No.
Mike, to where it was like only the negative things gets pushed out. Excuse me, only the negative things gets pushed out. It's making it look like, well, that's their culture. This is what they are. This is who they are. So it's like, what really is culture? Is it the way that we're represented, or is it what we represent as a whole? And that's kind of where the fall off goes for me, because I don't agree with a lot of the stuff that they try to put on culture, but I agree with a lot of the things that represents our culture as well. So it's like, where do you find that silver lining calling bullshit when it's like this is the history of that comes with it, whether it's hip hop, whether it's beef, whether it's the antics that comes with the territory of being an artist and so on and so forth. What is y'all opinion on that?
That's a good question. Dan, I'll let you go first.
Man, I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about, I guess, perspective, because you could be, like you just said, like they're not talking about like the positive things, and they're only gonna probably bring to light things that sell, or and not necessarily sell, but feed a narrative, I suppose. I'm originally from Southern California, and now I'm in Atlanta, and what I've heard some people say that was just so out of pocket, thinking that they could speak to me, like I'm on their team. You know what I mean? Uh, it's wild what some people have been told to believe, when it comes to certain things. So it's just I don't know. It's tough. I guess at the end of the day, it's all about perspective. You're gonna be fed something, and in this day and age, unfortunately, you can go and find what you want to be fed. So that's the really you know, the nitty gritty about it is just, people are just kind of in their echo chambers, just hearing what they want to hear. But
Yep.
going back to the fact that we had something so major just happen, I mean, I'm sure people in all types of social circles in all types of areas were hearing about this beef, and that kind of spilling over into their, their life where they may not have heard about it. The only other previous like moment in time that I could think of that I think kind of spilled out, at least even though it was like a very temporary thing, obviously it didn't have like months of buildup with this beef and it kind of brewing up, was probably like the Super Bowl, Dr. Dre and everybody. I felt like that was kind of like a big moment. That was the last time when I felt like there was something similar going on. But again, the build up to this, just like how Mike was talking about, we was texting each other, Drake dropped, Kendrick dropped, like there was so much
Yeah.
like hype, it's like this, but maybe that's just us. Maybe we were the only ones paying attention. But then you have this live streamed 4-hour event on Amazon, that I'm sure a lot, more casual viewers probably tuned into something like that.
100%.
So I mean, I'm hoping that means things segue in a more positive direction.
Yeah.
And but yeah, that's I don't have much else to say.
Yeah. You're asking a very complex question. that deserves a complex answer because culture is exactly what you explained it. It's what's cultivated within people, right? You have sneaker culture, you have food culture, you have music culture, you have a plethora of things. Uh, and what sucks about that is there are those narratives that get put out about what that culture is. And I think you can find a negative if you wanted to, you can probably find a negative and within any culture that's out there. And I think that that's what people want to use. And to Daniel's point, that's what a lot of people decide to take is that piece of it, that fraction of what the overall is. Like you can look at sneaker culture and you can look at dudes getting robbed and beat up for sneakers at the store. People getting shot for shoes, killed for shoes. Resellers, if you hate resellers, people just in general spending thousands of dollars on a pair of shoes that people just don't understand why you did that. Why are you spending 10K on a shoe? Why are you spending 10K on a shoe? And who would buy that? You know, you can use that money for anything. You can use that money to feed this and that. You can find whatever you want to nitpick about any culture, and I think culture is something that we create as a people, but it's also something that we destroy as a people. Like depending on what side of the fence you want to be on. It's a very complex question, and I don't think a lot of people want to have that conversation because a lot of people are really
An uncomfortable conversation, most definitely.
exactly. A lot of people are damaging the culture, and then you have people within that culture damaging their own culture.
Exactly.
So it's like it sucks because if you say like if you talk about like you can say like Hispanic culture, Black culture, white culture, whatever you want to say. Like if you sell drugs, right, and you're selling it to quote unquote your people are saying you're damaging your culture because you're selling drugs to your people, but then you're also put into drug culture, and so it's like so many like divisions and
It's very
subdivisions and
intricate.
this and that. It's so hard to pinpoint. I think each individual holds what their definition of their culture or what culture is to them. But the outside eyes on what that culture is, it's hard. Like it's a very complex question that I don't think anybody can answer because like so many it's so much and it's so much rich culture that lives on and that doesn't get the spotlight. Like the little things you said, the community that has each other's back to where that's not my kids, but I know y'all not supposed to be on the street, go back to the house. Where these little food trucks show up like you said and they're in the spot and at this time on this dot these food trucks are here. You could tell folks, hey, this food truck is here on this day, is over here on this day. Like it's so complex. It's so complex, but again, I don't think people are ready for that conversation when it comes down to the creation of that culture, cultivating that culture, nurturing that
Protecting the
culture,
culture.
and destroying it at the same time.
Hmm.
It's a complex question, like for sure, for sure. We could probably talk for hours on just that alone. Like it's very complex. I don't even think even people listening to this would probably be I hope if you're listening to this, you're thinking about that, like your culture and like what you bring to the table, and then what people are saying about it. You know.
Most definitely, it's something to think on. It's something to ponder because it is a complex question and it is a very uncomfortable conversation. But I feel like it's a conversation that needs to be had because I feel like it's a lot of things that's considered culture because of the way we're represented that has nothing to do with us. Like this is not our culture. This is just what's portrayed. This is what's on social media. This is what's projected so much. It's like when somebody tell you like you've lied so much you're starting to believe your own lies. Like this is what that feels like to me because
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of things that's just misrepresenting us so much and only we know it. The people who are outside of that box, they're just looking at that box, being like, "Nah, I don't go over there. Like, it's the best place to be. What is you talking about?" But they
Yeah.
will never tell you that because they're scared of it because they don't know how to protect their own culture and they feel like our culture is intruding their culture. So they're trying to protect their culture by putting smut on our culture when it's all love over here. But at the same time, it's a lot of people over here that are being fooled as well. That's playing into their hand. That to back to your point, Mike. That's destroying their own culture and then not only their culture but their community. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's a very uncomfortable conversation, but I feel like it's a conversation that needs to be had sooner than later because it's crazy.
100%. 100%. 100%. There's no way to segue from that. Like honestly, I feel like everybody should like legit like think about that question. Like legit go through it. This it's just one of those questions where it's like so complex. Like there's sports teams. It's like there's so much stuff that we can talk about and then break down and then get to the nitty gritty of it and then figure it out. But just like you said, like social media is it's not proper representation. Like you can go to a social media page and find hood fights
Hmm.
or work fights or this and that. That doesn't dictate what hood or whatever it looks like. It's what you found. Like you could find restaurant fights. But you know how many fights you see
Probably ain't
about
even in the
Popeyes,
hood. It's just a fight between people looking
Waffle
a certain
House.
type of way, so they put the tag on it. So it's like,
Waffle House too?
man,
Like I've seen so many videos of fights at Popeyes. I've been to so many Popeyes. I've never seen a fight. And you have people like, oh, I'm scared to go to Popeyes because I see the employees fight.
yeah, bro,
It's not even true.
I've
I ain't
never.
never seen that. But if you pop off to somebody, they might just slap you in the face. Like, that's anywhere. That's anywhere. But yeah, but it's hard to stay away from that. So I want y'all to think about that. But before we go, I usually ask y'all what y'all listen to, but I gotta talk my shit real quick because a certain project dropped that I'm feeling real strong about. I'm feeling really good about.
I
Uh,
think I know.
I I know you know that Lupe Fiasco Samurai that that is a good body of work. If y'all haven't listened to that, I need y'all to put that on. That Lupe Fiasco Samurai
Yes,
is
sir.
crazy, crazy. It's like it's a vibe all the way through. Like he just picked beats that just flow together. Lupe
Okay.
doing his lyrical gymnastics as he does. Like his independent run, his independent run has been really strong. Aside from, and I can be critical, aside from Drogas Light, which I didn't really care for as much. And I'm not sure if that was the last one on the label, but I want to say that one was independent. Aside from Drogas Light, his body work after Tetsuo and Youth, Drogas Wave, Samurai, and oh my god, I'm trying to remember the other one that came out. I'm dropping the ball, but all that stuff, fire. And the Samurai thing, I've been listening to that nonstop. Like it's a vibe all the way through. If y'all don't listen to that, like y'all crazy, crazy. I know there's some other stuff that dropped. I know some Vince Staples dropped that recently, and I think we talked about that and some other things. But that one right there is crazy work. So what have you guys been listening to lately?
You sent us one song from that, and I remember it was good. And I will say that out of all the albums you just said, Samurai has the most easiest name to remember. So I'll probably listen to
I hate you so much. Lupe
but
on his
it.
stuff. Lupe on his stuff.
I've been listening to that new K Tronada. Definitely a summer vibe, summer bop. I'm really enjoying that album right now. I know Peasy just dropped. I'm a big Peasy fan. I got that. I'm late to the party, but that album by what's your boy Bryson Tiller, that's a really good
Okay,
album. That's a really
I
good
already
album.
Oh,
dropped
he
something.
has a new
Okay,
album.
Yeah, he has a new album out right now, and it's a really good body of work. You know, I've sent a lot of hate to Bryson Tiller previously due to the laziness when it comes to his music. I feel like he's portrayed himself as a very lazy artist. But I had to backpedal on my words with this album. This was a very good album, so I had to give that to him. I feel like thoroughly, if I had to give the edge to those two of where what I've been listening to the most, I would give it to K Tronada. But I've also just dropped the song myself. It's on all platforms. If you go
Hey.
look up FG Weez, BSF, or just FG Weez, you'll find another song by me and Mr. Corbin the Poet. It's called Resistance. Go check that out. And yeah, that's all I have for y'all right now.
I'm gonna definitely play that on the outro. So as the thing outro, y'all gonna hear that song playing on out.
Make sure make sure you get permission from the artist.
Yeah, before they get copyrighted, you know.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Most definitely.
You can't just take someone's music. Don't be Drake about it, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yo, why am I gonna start using that? Hey man, don't be Drake about
yo,
it.
yo,
Don't be
that's
Drake
crazy,
about it. I
man.
used to say don't. I'm not even gonna say that. No, I'm gonna say it. I used to tell folks. I used to be like, man, why you acting light skinned right now? Like you acting real light skinned right now. Now I'm gonna say you acting real Drake right now. Don't be Draking right now. Why are you Draking right now?
Why you Draking my music, man?
Why are you drinking my music? Now somebody at work get upset. I'm like, man, you acting real Drake right now.
You acting real Drake right now.
You acting real Drake right now. I'm gonna need you to calm down.
Acting like
I'm
you
need
ain't bothered with bother.
I'm gonna need you, I'm gonna
Mm,
need you to go back to your desk and do some doo-wops. I need you to get it together.
stop patrolling.
Dan, what you listening to, brother? Aside
Man,
from Kanye.
I'm pretty much just going back. Nah, actually, I don't think I've really been listening to
Bro, still
anything
doing
for the
his
last week
research.
or so. I know, huh? There was nothing to research this time, so I didn't listen to nothing. No, I did go back and I think I listened to maybe a couple more tracks off the West Side Boogie album that you
Mhm.
recommended.
Yeah.
There's something else that dropped and I tried to listen to it. Oh, I guess we could waste 2 minutes on this. You sent over everything Chance had made recently, and we basically were like not even wanting to bring it up, but I guess we want to have some sort of extra content here.
Why y'all doing chants like that, man? Why y'all doing chants like that? What's up? I'm gonna send y'all Rafe. All right, Rafe is pretty good.
That's
I
just a
forgot which
feature
other
he
one.
did.
It's a feature.
I think I heard that one like whenever it came. It was like a year ago, right?
Yeah, with Vic Mensa.
That sounds familiar. I think I heard it. It was good,
That
but I don't
track.
remember it at all.
That track is
So
good. That track is good. Like I'll send it to y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all feel next episode. That track is good. I forgot what other ones. Highs and the Lows is not bad. But the other two, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm being 100% honest. I didn't really listen to those. I just sent them all because
wow,
Wow.
wow.
Wow. Wow. Hey, look, not a
That's so
chance
funny.
for one. For two, to
To
not a
send us the
chance.
link and
Not a
not even
chance.
have heard it yourself.
That's crazy.
because we were
But
supposed to talk about it. But I
look, Chance
didn't
didn't
get.
even make the docket to the pod. That's how you know it's all bad. Like, come on now. Hey, and why Mike send the whole meme in the chat? Because did nobody respond to them? Did nobody respond to them chat songs, bro? Mike sent the whole meme like, yeah, okay, okay. He like, oh, we were supposed to respond. My bad, my bad. I didn't know we were supposed to give Chance the Rapper
why?
feedback, but
Why y'all
okay,
hate?
like, okay.
Why y'all
I
hating
mean,
on
tech
Chance, man?
I mean, technically, I listened to them all, and I still didn't respond. I didn't even say I didn't even say I listened to them until later. I think Weez, you said something else, and then I was like, oh yeah, I listened to the songs, but
I'm
I said I
crying.
said they're not bad, but they're not
Oh.
good.
Yeah, so it's over with. It's over with. Hey, on another note, back to speaking about West Side Boogie, more black superheroes. That's another album. That's the album that dropped after Everything's for Sale. That's another
Oh,
gem
okay, so
album.
it's even newer.
That's yeah, yeah. It's called More Black Superheroes. That album is another gem. Yeah, look, see, Chad's got you over there stressing, Mike. That's why you need to leave that man alone. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Leave him and his
Um,
wife alone, brother. leave, leave it alone.
you know the, you know what the crazy part is, and I'm not saying this to talk any mess about the man or anything like that. I just think it's ironic that the album he made dedication to his wife or his wedding day was the album that everybody just canned and shunned. It was done with Chance. And the fact that recently he got a divorce is crazy work.
Like, come on now. You done made this album, killed off your career, and ain't even got the girl no more, brother. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? I mean, bro got him a little Netflix special that only had one season, and he got D Smoke out of it. So I mean, but outside of that, yeah, yeah, I don't know what's going. I don't want to hear no Chance the Rapper. Hey, pass me the odds score, Brody. You're fired. Like, yeah, not happening.
Man.
y'all think Chance can come back?
No, bro. This is the same. Leave that man alone, bro.
It,
It's over with.
it's well,
Bro is the next Black Ryan Seacrest at this point, bro. We don't want to hear
I'm
no Chance music.
crying.
We don't want to hear no Chance music.
He's still wearing three
Put out
hats
some
though.
fashion.
So
That's what. Hey, I was about to say. Put out some fashion. Put out some more three hats. Put out some three shirts. Like, come on now. Put out some three shirts, bro. That
I'm gonna
album.
send y'all Rafe though, because Rafe goes hard.
Did you listen to it, or are you just saying
No,
damn.
that?
Nice.
You read the comments, or you actually listened to it, brother? Like, let me know. Let me know. Did you read the comments, or you actually heard it, man?
all right, y'all. We gonna end the show because they disrespected you.
You disrespect the Chance by bringing this man's name up into a conversation he ain't got nothing to do with. This is a hip hop conversation.
Hey,
Why
I
are we
was going.
speaking
That's the other thing too. That song came out a year ago, and it's like you send us acid rap. Have you heard this though?
But this is hard though. Hey, I knew he was going right, but he went left. Like no, bro.
Anything's possible at the end of the day. But it's just, it's one of the hardest falls we've ever seen from someone who was so consistent and like, you know what I mean. It's just, I don't know. You don't. It's hard to recapture that energy that you had, especially as an independent, and now you're not kind of, but you are. I guess I don't know. I just don't know what you would talk about at this point that would be endearing and like relatable.
He signed to Netflix.
Damn, I don't even know what you're talking about with Netflix. That's how bad.
Look.
I have Netflix right now, and I have not seen Chance anywhere.
Look up Rhythm and Flow. He about one more show away from having a talk show. That's his show on Netflix.
Is that the one where they're like judging rappers?
Yeah, that's where D Smoke came from.
Oh, that was only one season?
Yeah, that's it. It was one season.
Wait. Isn't Cardi B
and
on
went
there?
like his career. Yep. Came and went like his career. One season.
In my head, that show's been running for 3 or 4 years. Damn. I just thought it was a show that was on that none of us were watching.
You don't leave that man alone.
Now you're saying there's only one season?
Cardi B couldn't save that man, bro. One season. It was in and it was out. You even had a man that is blowing up. So you had good results. It's not like, American Idol to where, you may hit or you may not. You got D Smoke out of it. But you feel me? Keep riding that wave, brother. I'll be expecting season 2, but I'll be expecting another Chance album.
See, I didn't get the Ryan Seacrest joke at first. Now it hits.
Yeah, see?
Now I understand.
See?
I'm crying. So y'all think there's no chance?
No chance in hell.
There's no chance, pun intended, that this man can.
No chance in hell. Play the Vince McMahon song. No chance in hell.
That's crazy.
Not going down.
Nah, it was a big drop. Honestly, it was a big
Drop.
fall. Drop.
Falls are
Drop.
gradually. You try to grab onto things on your way down when you falling and try to keep your balance. That was just a straight drop. That was a drop. That was a fumble.
Man. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that could probably. I mean, he would have to come up with like a crazy project. I don't think he's doing. He's just dropping singles
I feel
randomly.
like the only thing that's gonna save Chance is a collab album. But
Okay,
who the hell can Chance collab with that's going to? Well, I can't think of nobody. That's
Chief
gonna
Keef,
boy.
the comeback, Big Soldier,
So the Soldier Boy Chance collab that may get some people talking. Hey,
Soldier
that may get
Chance.
some people talking. I can't. I think that's the only way. If Chance attaches his name to something that's gonna force people to go look at it, and it blows up, then. But outside of that, I don't see it, bro.
Chance gonna get on the Not Like Us remix.
Please don't. If you hear this, bro, if you hear this, I will block you on everything that your name pops up on. If I hear you on that beat, I do not want to hear you on that beat, bro.
J-
Chance on the beat. Hope still love my wife,
Yeah,
but we know we got divorced.
oh man, the way things are
yeah, no.
going, we're gonna
Got
get
the album for my wife, but now we divorced. Oh no, like come on,
we
bro. Like
we
cut
we
it
gonna
down.
we gonna get
He
Drake
said,
doing a remix.
"Chance, fuck him up."
Oh, I'm crying. Oh.
I'm sorry, y'all.
I think if his trolling continues, we'll get Drake doing a remix of that song first. But he's gonna do it in that Michael Jackson voice he was doing. They not like me. They not like me. They not like
they
me.
not like me. They not like me. If I was a
Yo,
pedophile, I would have been caught. Like, you know, like,
oh god.
oh my
You know,
gosh, bro.
I don't know if you guys know this, because I know y'all. I know. Dan gotta go to sleep. I don't know if you guys know this, but the John Stockton line in that song hits a little deep because if you know, you know. Karl Malone got some dirt.
Got some demons. Yeah,
Karl Malone got some dirt.
yeah,
So
man.
the John Stockton line is
He's a fan. He's
crazy,
a
and
fan. He's a fan. Real
I
fan.
feel like because if you don't know Daniel, Karl Malone actually got a underage girl pregnant
Oh
in
yeah, I saw this.
college. He got an underage girl pregnant in college, and pretty much just threw her to the side. Don't want nothing to do with her. All this stuff. So it's out there now. It's out there crazy. So the John Stockton line and Karl Malone being a pedo, and you say you just throwing it in. It's crazy work. But the thing that kills me is I feel like Drake will be the dude who will try to get on the remix. Instead of mentioning John Stockton, he'll say he's Karl Malone, but don't understand
Thinking
what
that
he's
is it. Trying to pass on his body, say John Stockton, but really I'm Karl Malone with the pick and roll. Like what? 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 Come on, bro. That's a Drake bar for sure. Trying to flip a Karl Malone line up in there, trying to make it work.
He tried to say he John Stockton. He don't got a plan. I'm really the mailman. Certified pedophile confirmed. Confirmed. He said it himself. He said it himself. He's the mailman. And on that note,
And Big D stand for delivery. Like, nah, bro. Like,
if I was really that, why would I bring a 13-year-old girl to my yacht? Why
yeah,
would you?
it'll be some
Brings
type
a
of
13-year-old to his yacht.
uh-huh. For sure. For sure. For sure. For sure. That
I
means
knew you would call me a pedophile.
I knew it. But if I was really one, I would have been caught.
You fell for my plan. Now the whole world knows I'm a pedophile.
Why am I free? Like, man, come on, bro.
On that note, y'all, I appreciate y'all for rocking with us. You can catch all episodes on anywhere you hear your podcast. Check out my boy Daniel. Instagram, heavy. Is it heavy set 89?
Yes, sir. All lowercase, one word.
There we go. Check out my boy MG Weez. I can't speak right now.
Yeah,
Check out the new project.
Selling, Chance the Rapper hats. You want to pick one
up? Don't do it, Daniel. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Check out Trey's new project. It's on YouTube right now, doing numbers. I think at this point, it's over the 1,000 view threshold.
I haven't checked yet.
But check out my man on that. We're gonna play it on the outro. I know the project coming soon. Project coming. You might have to bring Corbin on one time for the one time.
My guy, yeah. Happy Corbin. Yes, sir.
Oh boy. Hey, when we gonna bring him on. We gonna bring him on. When y'all drop the project, we gonna put him on so he can be like, "Hey guys, like, it's really great stuff. Really, it's gonna be lit." Appreciate you guys for having me on.
That's my guy, man. Good vibes. Good vibes.
Corbin, good dude. Corbin, a good dude. Hey, Corbin, we got to bring you on, my brother. And on that note, I'm gonna send you off with the Drake voice. Get them out of here. I don't want them in the crowd.
We're gone.
And we're gone.
Have to go.
We'll see y'all next time on a Shout Out to You show. Now get them out of here. They don't like me. I'm the mailman. All right? I'm not John Stockton. I'm the mailman. I'll see y'all next as well. Shout Out to You show. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Now get them out of here.
What he said? They killing the energy, murder on his beat, yeah, it's finna be like who got you thinking you can fuck with me, hoes got you thinking you the one indeed, ayy, so try your luck with me, come around and you acting uncomfortably, like you trust a stink in the air you breathe, it's contaminated with that weed to leave, put it in the air, but I know it's stink, I've been praying that somebody notice me, devil on my ass like some purple jeans, looking for a demon, I can call a queen, putting shots up, but they blocking me, like a bill collector when that phone ring, like a bunch of cut for what our people need, freestyling when I don't do shit for free, matter of fact, hoping let the song sing. Matter of fact, I'ma take a long breathe, then a long breath. Hollow tips through his coat.